Hey guys, I'm Maurita and this is Maurita Joyce Nurses Minds. Today I want to talk to you guys about failure. This is a huge one. Okay, so what do you do if you're in nursing school, you have passion, you're studying hard, you're working hard, you're doing everything that you think you should be doing, and you fail a course? What do you do? Okay, so what you do depends on a lot of things, okay? The first thing is I would advise you not to start thinking nursing isn't for me. That's a natural reaction after failure. The natural reaction is to just feel like, well, I didn't do well at this, I failed, or maybe you didn't fail, maybe you didn't make as high a grade as you thought you should have in a course. This little thing is kind of loud and annoying. So you lose a little bit of your enthusiasm. You lose a little bit of your hope. One of the things I think we do as nursing students and as nursing students, really, I remember from nursing school and undergrad is, there's a lot of talk. There's always, oh my God, after exam, there's all this talk. And you always have that one person who is just like, oh, that test was so easy, I didn't even study, or, oh my God, like I just looked over a couple of things, looked at the boxes, I skimmed the book, or whatever. You hear people talking about it like it was so easy. Oh my God, that test was so easy. And then here you are and you bummed it. And you're thinking, what's wrong with me, right? The first thing is, first off, don't listen to other people and their experiences because you're completely different from them. Don't compare yourself, hear them, but don't hear them because your experience is different, okay? Don't let that stuff get to you. Don't let it get in your head. Some of it may be true and then some of it may not even be true, okay? The first thing to remember is that you have to focus on you. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is just take a breather, woosah, okay, because just because you didn't do well does not mean that nursing is not for you. Don't be discouraged. If you have a passion for nursing, you love nursing, you think that you would be a great nurse, it's been your dream for forever, I'm here to tell you that failure does not mean it's not for you. What it does mean, though, is that you're doing something wrong. And you have to sit down and you have to think about, what am I doing wrong? Maybe you're not doing anything wrong, but what could I do better? Okay, so those are questions you have to stop and ask yourself. One of the first thing I would do is I would just take a break from it all. Just take a break, mentally take a break from it. Then after some time of taking a break from it, come back to it and sit down and analyze. You want to do some metacognition. You want to think about thinking. You want to think about learning. You want to think about how you're approaching the process, okay? Go all the way back to the drawing board to organization. And I'll do a video about some of the organization tools that I use for studying, like the Pomodoro technique in terms of timers and time management. I use Google Docs and I use Google Calendar for everything. I put everything in there, and I also use a paper calendar. So organization is one of the key areas that you want to go back to. You want to hit that area. You want to see if you're managing your time. And you might say, well, I don't have time to do that. Well, I'm here to tell you, nursing is all about time management. So you either get it right now and you start learning to do this now, or you suffer later, because you're going to have to learn how to manage your time, and you're going to have to be a time management guru. Basically, you will have to be able to really manage your time, even as a nurse in practice. So just start now in school. That's the first thing. Look at your schedule. Look at all the empty time spaces that you have. Are you studying efficiently? You're going to have to ask yourself these questions. I'll talk more about study in a different video as well, because that's a whole video in and of itself. The main thing that I think when you fail a course that you need to focus on is your self-esteem. It can be a huge blow to you, and I think that's what this video is about. This video is about grounding yourself. doing the relaxation techniques, doing whatever you can do to de-stress yourself, because your brain does not function optimally when you're stressed out. So, and I know this is so hard to say, don't be stressed out, because of course you're going to have some level of stress when you're not doing great and you want to be doing great for something that's really important to you. But it's really, really important to keep your cool, because your brain can only work at its best when you're not stressed. So like I said, starting from the basics, time management, just start at the bottom. Go back through. Making sure that you're reading your syllabus and that you understand everything in your syllabus. You're going to hit all the information that the professor puts out there. You want to circle these things. You want to go to your syllabus and actually highlight the important stuff. You want to understand what your professor wants you to know. You're going back to the drawing board. This is one of the most difficult things for me. Do not be afraid to ask for help. Contact your professor and say, hey, I didn't do so great on your last exam, and I was just wondering, what can I do to get a better grade in this course? What are you looking for on these exams? You need to talk to the person who's writing the exam. Not so much to your classmates who are telling you that they're not studying or that the exam's so easy. Yeah, these are the kind of people you really don't want to spend a whole lot of time talking to. You probably want to invest the most time talking to the person who's actually writing the exam. Okay, so that's key. So humbling yourself is important, and asking for that help. Maybe even hiring a tutor, okay? I'm in a doctorate program, and I'm not against hiring tutors. Hiring a tutor, hiring somebody who can explain the information to you. Let's just say you've read books, and you've read the book, and you've read the book, and everybody knows you can read a book and then not remember hardly anything that's in that book. That's not the most efficient way to study. You sit down with a tutor. The tutor can kind of help you come up with a plan. Okay, you want to check out your school's education specialists. They're extremely, extremely smart people who are really, really good at helping students. They help lots of students, and they may have helped somebody 2 years back that had your same issue. Okay, so they can really help you get an idea of where your problem lies. Okay, so it's really important to talk to your education specialist. That's really important. Or if you're at a college, you're whoever's there that helps people who are not doing well in the course. That's who you need to speak with. Your advisor. Talk to your advisor as well. If you failed a course and you cannot retake that course or to the next spring or the next summer, whatever, you want to speak to your advisor. You want to get advice on what they think you should do. Okay, how you should handle that. I think it's really important to talk to other nurses as well. You might want to reach out to a nurse that you know. If you know a nurse, if you have a nurse in your family, talk to them. Talk to people who are going to be real with you, who are going to be honest with you, and who are going to be encouraging. You don't want to get, on the line with somebody who's just a Debbie Downer and all they want to do is tell you how horrible it's going to be and you just don't want to do it. Like, that's not the person. No, you want somebody who's positive but also realistic and who's going to be honest with you. That's key. Okay, so another thing you're going to do is you're going to look at the resources you're using, okay? And you need to kind of make an evaluation of the resources you're using. So you get books that are assigned to you by your instructor, and then there are supplementary books, okay? And the books that are assigned to you by your instructor sometimes are like this thick, and the supplementary books are like this thick. You kind of need to create a plan for how you're going to tackle this huge amount of information in such a short period of time. Okay, so the biggest thing and one of the most important things you need to do is figure out where your problem is. Is the problem with time management? Is the problem with studying? Is the problem with the resources you're using? Is the problem that you have other things going on in your personal life that are distracting you? Where is the problem? That's the first thing you need to try to identify when you fail a course. And then you proceed from there. Because time management, resources, talking to the professor, none of these things are going to help you if they're not really your problem. You have to figure out, what is my issue? Okay, so let's say that you can't figure out what your issue is. You don't really know where you went wrong. Everything that you're doing seems to be right. You have no idea where you went wrong. then what? Then that's when you get somebody else on board who can take an outsider's look in. Somebody who can just ask you, okay, are you doing this, this, and you guys can both come together and go through a process of elimination until you both can pinpoint what the problem is and then attack it from there. That's the key. But like I said before, one of the most important things you can do is to not give up. You got to realize that Michael Jordan, presidents, Oprah Winfrey, some of the greatest people in the world who've done some of the greatest things known to man failed. Failure is not the end of the story. Failure is a roadblock, something that's put there for you to overcome. Many times after you've experienced a failure, you look at things from a completely different light, and you're stronger, you're smarter, you're braver because of it. So handling failure gracefully is going to become extremely important, not just for nursing school, but also out in the world, okay? Don't be down on yourself because you didn't do well, or you didn't get the grade you expected, or maybe you failed a course. Don't start thinking, oh, this is not for me. You know, if it were for me, it would be easy. Absolutely not. Anything that's worth having is just not going to be handed to you on a silver platter. So yeah, you're going to have to work for it. And sometimes even after you've done everything you can do, you still are in a position where you're not getting what you want. So that's my advice today for you guys. I hope that helps someone. Like I said, I'll do more videos and I will try to be specific in those videos. If you have something that you're concerned about and you want to leave a comment below, that will give me an idea of what kind of videos I need to be doing for you guys. And I hope this helped you, and I wish you guys the best. I hope you do well in all your classes this semester and you don't need this video. But if you're here, it's probably because you do. So leave a message and let me know what you'd like me to talk about. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.